मैं तो दिल्ली में रहता हूँ और रेडियो फीजी बहुत रेडियो फीजी रोज सुनता हूँ.
रेडियो फीजी 2 देश की धड़कन.
In the news tonight, PM announces new COVID-19 measures. Sudhakar resigns from Fiji first, out of parliament. And later, we take a look at a young climate change champion's successful journey.
From the studios of FBC Suva, Deva Lindua.
Fijian Prime Minister Vorengi Bainimarama has today announced new measures, including a ban on cruise ships and keeping Fiji safe from COVID-19. With no cases reported so far in the country, Bainimarama says it is of utmost importance that Fiji's borders continue to be protected. Ritika Pratap reports.
From tomorrow, all cruise ships will be banned from berthing anywhere in Fiji. International events will not be allowed in Fiji, and local events will be closed to guests coming from overseas.
Ministers, civil servants, permanent secretaries and staff of statutory bodies will be restricted from travelling overseas, barring exceptionally critical circumstances. We also highly discourage all Fijians from travelling overseas. If you do choose to travel anywhere outside of Fiji, you may be required to self-isolate for 14 days upon your return to Fiji, even if you are not displaying symptoms of COVID-19. This, of course, is already mandated for Fijians arriving home from nations on our restricted travel list.
Prime Minister says these measures will all be subject to review as the global situation evolves.
We already have secure isolation facilities up and running throughout Fiji, with the Central Division being served by Nabua Hospital, the Western Division served by the Nandi Hospital, and Lambasa Hospital serving the Northern Division. As we monitor the situation, more isolation units will be established as the need arises in accordance with our expansion plan.
Bainimarama says if and when Fiji sees our first case, more stringent measures will be immediately coming into effect to aggressively prevent the spread of the disease, as other nations have done, such as bans on local gatherings. Ritika Pratap, FBC News.
Ashneel Sudhakar has resigned from the Fiji First Party 2 days after being dismissed as Lands Minister. Sudhakar, who is alleged to have made sexual references and being accused of sexual harassment, is now also out of Parliament. This also comes a few days after Sudhakar remained defiant and had refused to step down when allegations surfaced. Ritika Pratap reports.
Barely 48 hours after being given his marching orders by Prime Minister Vorengi Bainimarama, Ashneel Sudhakar has left Fiji First. Sudhakar has been making headlines in the last few days after allegations of sexual harassment by several women. Sudhakar's target messages to a number of women show repeated advances where he invites women for drinks at his house. In some instances, where his initial advances have been rejected, he offers to pick women up in his official government vehicle. Sudhakar, in deciding to resign from the party, says the decision is based on his mother's ill health and he is the only one to care for her. Initial reports of Sudhakar's alleged misconduct emerged during a Privileges Committee hearing where it was revealed that he had approached a parliamentary staff where he asked the girl if she was single and then said, "Oh, I forgot you are a lesbian." In the latest allegation, one of the alleged victims claims she was only 16 years old when Sudhakar told her to come and meet him, saying she was sexy and hardworking. With Sudhakar out, the next in line for the now vacant seat in Parliament is Fayaz Koya. But this will be dependent on the ruling by the Electoral Commissioner. Ritika Pratap, FBC News.
The Fiji National Provident Fund says it will have some impact on its performance due to the threat of COVID-19. Chief Executive Chauti Koroi says FNPF is a long-term investor and it is too early to put effects into exact numbers as the scenarios are still evolving. He says new processes have also been implemented and effective immediately, renewal certificates due for March and April will not be required to be submitted for pension payments. Koroi says this means pensioners do not need to come to the fund to fill in their renewal certificates from tomorrow until April 28th. Up ahead, FBC mourns loss of employee. And hundreds enjoy Holi celebration in Lambasa. Details after the break.
Nadang bawa prosesan kerja, gor keraki, do televisi na barong na radio Fijuan, nandomi ibiti.
Radio Fiji One, nandomo ibiti.
The staff at the Fijian Broadcasting Corporation are still trying to come to terms with the sudden passing of one of their colleagues, Salami, the Hoaxbusters show producer and presenter. The late Tangi, who joined FBC in 2015, was a friendly and cheerful person who got along with all staff. Lena Reese has more.
Bula Binaka and welcome to the Hoaxbusters. I'm Cholame.
And I'm Ima.
The late Vangi has been described as a dedicated worker by FBC Chief Executive Riaz Said Qayyum.
From our point of view, he was always interested in work, and whatever we gave to him, he was ready to sort of accept the challenge with both hands.
Vangi was well known for his show Hoaxbusters, which began airing in September last year. It is the first show of its kind in the region.
The show itself is in the running for an international award this year, and I just hope Salami wins the award, and the show wins the award, because that would be great recognition of the hard work that he put in.
The 33-year-old passed away last Wednesday at the Nosori Health Center. The staff who worked closely with Vangi are still in shock.
I have a lot of memories with him, and I'm glad that it got captured. He took a lot of photos. He always wanted to take photos.
He was a great producer here at FBC, and he's truly going to be missed.
Took up so much space in the office with his character, with his personality.
Yes, we've all lost a dear friend, a friend who was like a brother.
Things, he had that sense of humor and witty, and we kind of connected with that sense of humor, and very artistic. And, we've lost a very talented guy.
The late Vangi will be laid to rest on Wednesday, and he is survived by his wife. Lena Reese, FBC News.
The spirit of Holi was shared with the people of Lambasa by the Fijian Broadcasting Corporation staff yesterday. Holi in the park, hosted by Radio Fiji 2, was for the first time taken to the Northern Division, which attracted hundreds of people. The multicultural event brought families and friends together who smeared colours and splashed colourful water onto each other to mark the festival. A number of dance items were performed and folk songs were sung by groups. Radio Fiji 2 Program Director Pallavi Shweta says Lambasa's Subrail Park was a sea of colours, and they are happy with the support given by the people.
Holi in the park, in Subrail Park, was very successful, and I'd like to thank the people of Lambasa. Though the weather was not in our favour, but the crowd, the turnout was very good.
We can all join together and celebrate this festival of Holi that's been celebrated once a year, and
Happy Holi!
Happy Holi to everybody.
Celebrated for centuries, the Festival of Colours symbolizes the triumph of good over evil and commemorates new beginnings. Selling unique handmade jewelry and hair ties is what makes 30-year-old Kathy Magoon stand out during the monthly rock market. Magoon says she works around the clock to get the best jewelry for her customers. She has been part of the rock market for 3 years now and believes it is a good place to buy unique products.
There's a lot of ladies that's into jewelry making as well, so there's always a competition there. But then everything is about your own creativity and your own ideas, and just making your stuff unique, and everybody's different. So yeah, basically it's just, I love doing jewelry, so it's something that I'm always doing.
Have the passion, take the action, and magic will happen. This is the motto 17-year-old Anne-Marie Nanduva keeps close to her heart as she continues to make significant strides at such an early stage in her life. Nanduva's passion to protect our environment, oceans and ecosystem through awareness, walking the talk, fundraise to support local initiatives like mangrove planting and the conservation of indigenous trees. Sanyani Mboila with tonight's successful story.
Successful Fijians is brought to you by the Fiji Development Bank, your partner in progress.
Anne-Marie Nanduva's journey to become an environment champion began when she was 14 years old.
Sisters and I watched a YouTube video of a turtle that was dying from swallowing a balloon fragment, and this really affected me. So we floated the ideas to our parents, and they have taught us to pray about the campaign idea.
In an effort to address the growing needs in the sustainability of our environment, Nanduva, an advocate, influencer, eco-hero champion, and founder of Young Eco Champs Fiji, says it's all about working for a better Fiji.
The Young Eco Champions League are trying to voice out our issues because, you know, when the people, the adults, when they die, we will be the ones that will face the consequences that we did not create.
Also part of Nanduva's campaign is mangrove planting.
1st December 2018 to date, my small group and I have planted more than 18,000 mangroves along the silver foreshore, and now we have seen the coastal rehabilitation where the small the oysters are sticking on the mangrove seedlings.
Nanduva was selected by the Fiji Sun as one of the top 10 Fijians for 2018. She was awarded the Nobel Eco Hero by the Action for Nature 2019 International Young Eco Hero Award, an international non-governmental organization based in the United States of America. She also became the first Fijian to shadow the British High Commissioner to Fiji 2 weeks ago. With all this, Nanduva faces a lot of challenges.
When it comes to climate change talks, I've been ignored, ridiculed and laughed at by adults at my campaign that I'm not a professional. But for me, that's when I take the positive and I just ignore the negative.
She says her family has been her greatest strength.
So our family, we have stopped using our fridge and we've reduced our electricity payments and all this. And now we are just eating those tins of dal, and we're just living a minimalistic lifestyle.
Nanduva's advice to youth is to believe in yourself and make a difference.
Is to get out of your comfort zone, and we must all work together. And I also believe that God can help you in what you're always doing, and He will never leave you, nor will He ever forsake you.
The Year 11 student of St. Joseph Secondary School says she is passionate about healing our deteriorating planet through advocacy, campaigns, action and sustainable practices. Sainiani Mboila, FBC News.
Successful Fijians is brought to you by the Fiji Development Bank, your partner in progress.
In sports tonight, Fiji Warriors players shift focus on next task. And Kaiviti Silktails make an impressive debut. This and more coming up.
Bula, I'm Miri, I'm from Lotoka and I love Gold FM because they play all my classic hits.
Gold FM, only the classic hits.
Despite losing its first global rapid rugby game, the Fijian Latu showcased great performance at the ANZ Stadium in Suva last night. The home side lost 22-29 after an intense match. The Fijian Latui will now take on South China Tigers in their second match on Saturday.
It's a good competition, so yeah, because it's a Fijian style of rugby, so it is non-stop, so the boys enjoy it, so it is our mistake that we lost the game.
Another chapter has ended for the Swai shipping Fiji Warriors players. The former defending champions of the World Rugby Pacific Challenge suffered a disappointing 21-12 loss against junior Japan yesterday. While most of the boys will be returning to the under-20 national team, a few will advance to the Fijian Latui side and the local Premier Club competitions. Venina Rakautonga has more.
It is not the end of the road for these players as they continue their rugby career.
We're rebuilding. You know, it's a lot of players have come through the system. The boys from school level and especially January. You know, it's a big task for a 17-year-old to come into a championship like this. But you know, at the end of the day, we're looking at the future of Fiji rugby, and that's what's important. But you know, the scoreboard wasn't on our side today.
Skipper Tuindraki Samsamuvondre, who is part of the Fijian Latui extended squad, says the loss is upsetting.
It's hard because we just gave away the title. It's been 6 years the team has been defending it, but we couldn't this year. So it's a bit hard, and it's a mistake we need to learn from and move forward. Not focusing much on what's next. That's for the Lord.
Japan tops the World Rugby Pacific Challenge points table with 14 points. Fiji, who lost in the decider match, has 10 points. Tonga is in third place with 5 points and Samoa remains without any points. Venina Rakautonga, FBC Sports.
The Kaiviti Silktails Rugby League team made an impressive debut at the New South Wales Ron Massey Cup as they thrashed the Windsor Wolves 40-16. The side, consisting of only local players, produced a top-class finish to see out the visitors at Lotoka's Churchill Park yesterday. Felipe Naikaso has more.
Getting a taste of top-level footy, the Silktails Rugby League team demolished its opponents, running in 4 unanswered tries in the second half to claim the win.
Yeah, look, obviously very excited for the team. It's a wonderful way to start the competition. I think for the Windsor Wolves, it was a very physical and very hot battle out there, but as I said, extremely proud of the boys and their performance tonight.
Both sides scored 3 tries each in the first half as they went into the break 16-all. In the second half, it was a one-sided affair as the Silktails dominated the period.
It's just wonderful now that we've started. We've been waiting for this moment for 6 years, and we're finally here. But you know, we've got 9 more games here in Lotoka, so we're really excited, and hopefully, you know, we'll get the crowds behind us.
The side will now need to be consistent in its next matches.
For most of the part of the game today, this has just shown how the boys were trained. Eh? Now we're coming up with new facilities to support the boys. There's a new Rugby League HPU facility, and I know that it's really contributed to the boys' performance today.
The Kaiviti Silktails will play the Concord Wolves in the second round next Saturday at Lotoka's Churchill Park. Felipe Naikaso, FBC Sports.
Football Player of the Year Antonio Tuivuna of Lambasa believes there is still room for improvement in his football career. The Navala Ba native was nominated alongside Tito Wondawanga of Nandi and Felipe Baravilalo of Suva. Venina Rakautonga has more.
Despite winning the main prize of the evening, the Mbambasing Alliance midfielder knows this is just the start of his football journey.
I'll have to work harder. Not just hard, but harder to, not to just stay there, but to gain more, something more, learn, still learning, and I have to learn more to get, to be a better player than what I am now.
The new national head coach Fleming Seritzlev was also present at the awards and says he has seen areas that needs improvement in the national side.
First of all, I would say my first impression of the matches here in Fiji has been that, in my opinion, they're playing a bit slow. So in the first 2 camps we have had, we have actually tried to raise the speed a lot and try to raise the intensity when we are training.
Lambasa scooped a total of 4 awards at the Fiji Football Annual Awards: the Coach of the Year, Male Football Player of the Year, Team of the Year and Goal of the Year. Venina Rakautonga, FBC Sports.
It was a proud moment for Fijian Broadcasting Corporation online team leader Nitesh Raniga after scooping the Media Personality of the Year award at the Fiji Football Association annual awards last night. Raniga is one who is always dedicated to his job, updating the media company's website on the latest on local football and usually present at the football field covering matches for the media company. Raniga was nominated by FBC for the award and says it is his passion for the sport that has kept him driven.
This is all because of my passion. Like, I love football a lot, so that's why I think wherever there is football, I am there. So I think that's one of the reasons I got this award. So this award, it's like it means a lot to me and my family, and especially to FBC. I want to thank FBC for nominating me. So this is this is a dream come true kind of award.
Raniga was also the Employee of the Year for the Fijian Broadcasting Corporation. A trough of low pressure remains slow-moving over the northern parts of Fiji. Associated cloud and showers affect the group. Looking at the west, it was mostly sunny with breezy conditions. Eastwards from Pacific Harbour to Suva, cloudy and very warm. Some showers expected late in the evening. And up north, mostly cloudy with evening showers expected. At sea, moderate northerly winds, fresh at times, moderate to rough seas. Turning to the tides, high tide at 10:44 p.m. with low tide at 4:49 a.m. Sunrise at 6:09. For tomorrow, cloudy periods with some showers and isolated thunderstorms with heavy falls expected over the western parts of Itilevu, Isawa and Mamanuca group. Elsewhere, cloudy periods with some showers and isolated afternoon and evening heavy falls and thunderstorms expected. Localized heavy falls may lead to flash flooding of low-lying areas. Temperatures for tomorrow, it will remain in the low 30s. Looking further on to Tuesday, occasional showers with few thunderstorms and heavy falls expected over most places. Recapping the main stories, PM announces new COVID-19 measures. Sudhakar resigns from Fiji First out of Parliament, and FBC mourns loss of employee Salami. For these stories and others, you can tune in daily to our sister radio station, Gold FM. To our poll question segment this week, we're asking, should Fiji Sevens coach Gareth Baber start resting key players for the Tokyo Olympics to avoid burnout? Visit our FBC website to answer. You can send us newsworthy pictures and videos on email, fbcnews@fbc.com.fj, or share it with us via our Facebook page, FBC News. Or you can also follow and tweet us your news tips at FBC News or simply hashtag FBC News. And that was your FBC News for tonight. From the team and I, stay safe. Good night.
I'm Miri, I'm from Lotoka, and I love Gold FM because they play all my classic hits.
Gold FM, only the classic hits.